Hi Russian learners, Oksana here, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, as usual, we are continuing learning Russian, and we are starting a very big and important theme, which is the way the nouns, the singular nouns, are turned into plural in Russian. And there are some rules, of course, as well as some, not some even, but many exceptions to it. So please be very, very attentive. And I wanted to also tell you that this video is not going to be the one and only on this theme. It is actually part 1, and we will be talking a lot about plural forms of Russian nouns. So please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so you will not miss out on the further a part of this series. And right now let us start right away with this theme. And firstly, I wanted to tell you that basically there are like two ways of making a plural form of a Russian noun, and they are the plural forms are formed by changing the ending of a singular form noun by changing this ending. So on your screen you can see this short table where you can see that there are two ways of making a plural form. One way, which is the first group of nouns, here belongs, it is a very large group of masculine and feminine nouns, and most of these nouns are made into plural by changing their endings into either "y" or "e". So that is the first group, and that is the bigger one. And the second group is a smaller part of Russian nouns, which include some masculine and neuter nouns, and their plural forms are made by changing their endings into either "r", "a", or "ya". So that is like the basic rule, and we'll talk about this today. And in some of my next videos we'll be talking about some exceptions to that rule, which are quite a lot in Russian language. So please be attentive, and I highly encourage you to take a notebook to make some notes, and also to try to memorize the words that are the words that we learned today and how they are made into a plural form. So let us start right away, and we'll talk about for now only about the first group of nouns which are made into plural, and I'm talking about the nouns which make their plural form by changing their ending into "y" or "e". So let's talk about them. And the first point that we have to talk about is that some nouns, I'm talking about for example masculine or any noun that end in a hard consonant, they change their ending into "e". Like for example, like we have the so the first point of this group is when a noun ends in a hard consonant. The plural form of it is formed by adding the "y" ending. So "y" after hard consonant. So that is the first way of making a plural form. That is, if a noun ends in a hard consonant, you add a vowel "y" ending "e" to it, and this way you make a plural form. Let us see some examples, of course. So for example, this word chemodan. Чемодан. So it means suitcase. It ends in hard consonant N. So we make a plural form of it by adding the "y" ending, and it will be чемоданы. Чемодан, чемоданы. Чемодан, чемоданы, suitcases. It is a noun of a masculine gender because it ends in a consonant. Next we have this word, this noun, computer. Computer. Again, it ends in a consonant R, and thus the plural form will be made by adding the "ы" ending. Компьютеры. So computer, computers, computer, computere. So that is the way this noun is made into plural. Let us write down another example. There is a little change in this word, so we have иностранец. Иностранец means foreigner. It ends in the consonant ц, and the plural form will be made following this rule, but there is a slight difference here. Look at this. Иностранцы. So you see that the vowel ye at the end is dropped here, but "ы" is added as is. So that is what I talked to you about, that you have to give attention to every word that you learn, the way it is formed into plural, because there is a lot of like these slight changes to the words in plural form, which doesn't have some specific rule, but you have to just remember it. So иностранец, иностранцы, foreign, foreigners. So that is the first way of making nouns into plural in the first group, only by adding either "ы" or "и" ending. And now let's see the second point. The second point is when the ending "ы" replaces ending "а". So when a noun ends in "a", its plural form is made by changing that "a" ending into "ы". Let us see it in example. So we have this word машина, машина. Машина means car, and машина is of a feminine gender. We see that машина ends in "a", so the plural form will be made by changing this "a" into "ы". Машина, машины, car, cars. So "a" is changed into "ы", so this word is a plural form. Next we have this example, this word квартира. Квартира means apartment. Again, it is a noun of a feminine gender. It ends in "a", and the plural form will be made by changing "a" into "ы", and this will be квартиры. Квартира, квартиры. Apartment, apartments. Again, "ы" is the ending of a plural form. Let us also see this example. Женщина, женщина. Женщина, woman. Woman is of a noun of a feminine gender. It ends in "a", and the plural form will be made the same way by changing "a" into "ы". Женщины. Женщина, женщины. Woman, women. So that is the way, another way of forming plural nouns by adding "ы" ending to it, to the word, and that is the way it goes. Next we have the third point in this subgroup of plural nouns, and in this case we have the ending "и" in the plural form, which in its turn replaces the endings of a noun, which are either "и", or either soft sign "и", or "я". So in plural, when a noun ends in either soft sign "и" or "я", its plural form is made by changing these endings into "и". So let us again see the example. So the example will be first this word словарь. Словарь. Словарь means dictionary. Словарь ends in the soft sign. It is actually a noun of a masculine gender. So словарь will be made into plural by dropping the soft sign ending and adding the "и" ending. So it will be словари. Словари. And also take notice that the stress changes slow. So in the first word, in the singular version, it ends on "a", словарь, and in the plural, it is словари. So it falls on the last syllable. So that is also important to know. Next example, we'll have рубль. Ruble, you know what it is. It ends in the soft sign. It is a noun of a masculine gender. And in the plural form, the soft sign is changed into E, and we get rubli, rubli, rubles. And again, the stress position is changed, ruble, into rubli. So again, the stressed syllable is the last one, which is actually the one that makes this noun a plural into plural. Next we have again this example, гость, which means guest. Гость, the stress falls on O, and the plural form will be гости. The stress here stays the same actually, so again you have to remember each word, because there are a lot of slight differences in its versions, so again you have to be very, very attentive. So гость is a noun of a masculine gender, it means guest, and its plural form is made by changing the soft sign into E, thus the plural form is гости, guests. Next we have another changes. So we have this noun день, which ends in the soft sign, it means day, and its plural form is also made by changing the soft sign into E, but we have a vowel dropping here, which makes the plural form дни, дни. So you see that it is actually, if we're looking only at the endings of the plural form is following this rule, but we have the vowel here dropping, and it's not like something you have a specific rule for, but you just have to remember. So день, дни, day, days. День is a noun of a masculine gender. Next we have this, which is ночь. Ночь means night. It is a noun of a feminine gender, and its plural form is made by changing the soft sign into E, and we'll get this plural form, which is ночи, ночь, ночи, night, nights. So that's it. Next we have this word, which is музей. Now we have the ending E. Here, muzey means museum. It is a noun of a masculine gender. And here, the E ending is changed into E. So we get the plural form, which is музей, 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 музей. The stress stays the same, actually. But E is changed into E. Museum, museums. So that is another example. Next, we have this word, which is неделя. Here we are seeing the example with the ya ending. So неделя ends in ya. It is a noun of a feminine gender. It means week. And its plural form is made by changing the ya ending into e. So we get недели. Недели. Неделя, недели. Week, weeks. Then we have another example. Let's take this one. Фотография, meaning photo. It ends in ya. It is a noun of a feminine gender, and its plural form will be фотографии. So the ya is changed into e. So that is another point of this first group of nouns forming the plural, its plural forms. And now we'll talk about some exceptions, not really an exception, but like special cases of these nouns. And let us write them down, that it is special cases that you have to remember separately. Special cases. So the first case will be that if a noun ends, I'm not talking about the noun in particular, but if the last consonant of a noun is either g, k, or h. So if the last consonant of the noun it may be followed by a vowel, but if this consonant is the last in the word, and this time, in this case, the plural form is made by adding the e ending. E ending. So let us see the example, then it will get clearer. For example, we have this word книга. Книга, meaning book. Книга. If we look at книга, we see that G is the last the last consonant here in this word. And if we follow this rule, so the plural form of this noun will be formed by changing the A into E. So we get книги. Книги. Книга means book. It is a noun of a feminine gender. So we see that if a noun ends in G, the last consonant of a noun is G, no matter if it is followed by a vowel or not, the ending is either changed into E or the E ending is added. So another example for you is this one, which is учебник. 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 It is a noun of masculine gender. It means textbook. It ends in K. Here it is not followed by any vowel, so the plural form will be made by adding the E ending. Учебники. Textbooks. Учебник, учебники. Next example for you will be this one, speech. So here we see that the last consonant is K. It follows by A, so the plural form will be made by changing this A ending into E. Speech, ki. So speechka means match. It is a noun of a feminine gender. So match, matches. Speechka, speechki. And another example for you, which is слух. Слух. It actually has different meanings, but in this case it is better to translate it as a rumor. And here this noun of a masculine gender ends in ha, so we make the plural form of it by adding the E ending. Слухи. Слухи. So again, let us repeat that that is a special case of making a plural form of nouns, and it is when the last consonant of a noun, no matter if it is a masculine or a feminine gender, so when the last consonant of a noun, no matter if it is followed by a vowel or not, if the last consonant of a noun is either ga, g, k, or h, so the plural form will be made by either adding the E ending or changing the ending vowel into E. So that is one special case, and we have another. So that is not the end yet. So in this other special case, we have this particular consonants, which are j, ch, sh, and sh. So in this case, if the last consonant of a noun is either j, ch, sh, sh, its plural form is also made by adding the E ending. E ending. Plus E. So it actually is basically the same rule, but we have these different consonants here. So let us see the examples for it. So we have лыжа. Made mistake. Лыжа. Лыжа meaning ski. Лыжа is a noun of a masculine gender. The last consonant here is j, so the plural form will be this one, лыжи. So we are changing the a ending into e. Лыжи. Next example, we have this one, which is нож, meaning knife. It is a masculine gender noun. It ends in j, so this time the consonant j is actually the last consonant of a word. So we are adding the e ending in its plural form, and we get ножи. Ножи. Нож, ножи. Again, see that the stress here falls on the last syllable, but in this example, the first example, the stress stays the same. So this actually pretty not strict rule about the ending, so you have to remember it separately in each separate example. Next we have this one example, which is врач, meaning doctor. Врач is a masculine gender noun. It ends in ch. Ch here is the last consonant and also the last letter in our word. So the plural form is made by adding the e ending. Врачи. Врачи. Врач, врачи. Again, the stress falls on the last syllable. Врачи. And also, let's see this example, which is плащ. Плащ, meaning overcoat. Overcoat is a плащ is a noun of a masculine gender, and the stress falls on a, of course, and the plural form will be made by adding the e ending. So we get плащи. Here the stress falls again on the last syllable, and we get плащи. So let us overuse this rule again. So when the last consonant of a noun, no matter if it is followed by a vowel or not, so if the last consonant is either zh, ch, sh, x, the plural form of such nouns is made by either changing the last vowel into e or just adding the e ending. So that is your examples, and please try to remember these words, what they mean, and their gender and their plural forms, and especially pay great attention to any cases where the vowels are dropped, like you remember with иностранец, иностранцы, and also pay attention to the position of the stress. It is very, very important, because if you the stress position, the wrong stress position, always makes your mistakes more noticeable in your speech than anything else. So that is very important in Russian language. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was very informative and you liked it, and it made this theme a little bit clearer to you. I know it is a bit intimidating at first, because of course you have to read to remember a lot of words, but my suggestion to you will be try to read more. Even if you are just a beginner, the more you see words, the more you notice them, the more you will remember. And it's actually not about trying to remember the rule every time you try to speak Russian. It's just making it so set in your mind that you will not have to think about the rules, that the words in its necessary form will come up straight away to your mind. So that is achieved by practicing more and by listening to Russian speech, or by reading a lot of Russian texts, and thus you will get more experience and more words will be remembered. So please do that, and don't be discouraged by it. Just know you will do it. Everybody can do it, and just give enough time. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it your thumbs up. I will really appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions, write them down under the video. And as you